Get the grill started. Hey guys. Yeah, Big John here. We're going to be making some burgers outside today. I just got back from a job interview, and hopefully that's going to go okay. The next step is I'm waiting on a fit for duty test. So, and I started praying a lot this morning for that fit for duty test, because that's the only thing that might hold me up from getting this job. Did it start? There we go. I got fire. Okay, I got my grill fired up. I need to get that over there. I think it's going to start raining on me. That's okay. I got my hoodie on. So, yeah, so this new job is basically worth a big giant recycling center. I'd be hauling metal and stuff like that to the recycling center, and bringing stuff to the landfill, doing flatbed type work, dump truck, super sucker type work. And hopefully that's gonna be better, because it's a year-round position, and I kind of just need to get away from the seasonal stuff for now, because it's just not working out. Not this summer. I'm having a hard time with everything. So yeah, this morning I spent a lot of time praying for many things. I mean, because throughout this whole weight loss journey, I've been humbled in many ways, and it's just kind of breaking me down, and I'm just working towards, just trying to make improvements in my life, health-wise, relationship-wise, family-wise, taking care of myself, my kids, and my wife, my animals, everything. I've just been struggling. And sometimes I believe we just need to be broken down to bare bones before we can start to get built back up. And I also started reading my Bible today. It was just like this. I was like hitting the head, because I was gifted a Bible from one of the viewers here at the channel. They sent me a really nice Bible, and I have it down in the description section below with an Amazon affiliate link if anybody is interested in buying a new Bible. But throughout my prayer, it was like I was awakened to actually grab my Bible and start reading it word for word, from page by page, from the very beginning. And I'm going to do this every single day in the morning. Instead of sitting there at the table playing on my phone when I'm drinking my coffee, I'm going to sit there and read my Bible. And what I have learned from day one of actually reading this Bible and going over stuff that I have already learned in the past. I have read the Bible several times, cover to cover. But the funny thing is that the Word of God, the Bible itself, is the living Word. It changes. You pick up little bits and pieces every time you read it. And it is powerful. Like right off the bat, first page, Old Testament, first thing I noticed is they use pronouns to describe Adam and Eve. And I was like, wow, that was really relevant to what's going on in today's age now, with, the whole pronouns and stuff like that. But not to focus too much on that. But then it goes into, if you've read the Bible, you've gone through the genealogy, and the first, 15 chapters of the Old Testament is pretty slow going, because there's just a ton of genealogy, who was born from who, and who had a child, and who was married to who, and how many hundreds of years they might have lived. So yeah, there's just a lot there to take in. And some people don't really focus on that too much. But I just, throughout my prayer this morning, I was kind of told, like, hey, you need to, pick up your Bible. I want you to read it again. I want you to pay attention and share what you learned. And this weight loss journey started out with prayer as well. And that's why I started sharing my weight loss journey on YouTube in the first place, was because I prayed, for God to take me away. And he said, no, you're not going to. He's like, you're already doing YouTube. You might as well just share your journey, and hopefully you can help somebody. And this is how I've gotten this far along. I haven't done this all by myself. The good Lord has blessed me with this opportunity to be able to humbly come out here and say, like, hey, I get it. Life sucks. My life sucks. I'll share my life, so hopefully somebody else's life doesn't suck as bad as mine. But in the meantime, yeah, I got to get these burgers on the grill. We're going to move some stuff around over here. There you go. That was funner. I don't know why people got to throw stuff everywhere. Now I'm throwing stuff everywhere. But yeah, I got to get these burgers set up on the grill and get them cooking for dinner. Kind of keep the camera out of the crappy weather because it's starting to rain a little bit here. All right. Get these burgers on here and get them started. These are the ones I made yesterday in yesterday's live stream. I'm kind of curious to see how well they cook up. Because I used to fight the other ones from time to time because they were just too dang big. Here we go. Okay. Let me get that temperature turned down. You don't need a whole lot of heat. When you're cooking frozen burgers, you want to cook them slow. That's how I get the best results out of my burgers and I don't burn them. That is the best rule of thumb that I can come up with. Hey there, Kiki. Nice to see you in there. Yeah, we're getting some burgers cooked on the grill. I was just talking a little bit about some of the prayers I was doing and some of the answers I was getting and the fact that I need to start reading my Bible more, word for word, and then getting the message from whatever it is that comes out of it. I had a trash can out here. I don't know where it went. Huh. I think my son might have moved it. I'm going to go look for it. Well, here to the street, maybe. Hey, there it is. You hit it over here around the corner. That's perfect. So it gets rained. It gets rained on. We'll put it under the tent. There, now it's in the... So I got this little tent out here. My wife was doing a yard sale in the front yard. And it's been raining, so... Yeah, just left the tent here. I got it all staked down on the corner so it doesn't blow away in the wind. I need to run inside. I need to grab my meat thermometer. I also need to grab some cheese. I think I can wait on the cheese until a little bit later. Hey, what's up, buddy? Ever say hi to everybody? My cat, Gray Bear. Oh yeah, don't shake your head at me. I didn't do it. Huh. This is my little fluffy weight loss buddy. This cat here was one of the beginning animals that got me going on my weight loss journey in the first place. So yeah, I was pretty happy. I'll probably put some of this on the burgers. Let's see. No, I'll just use the Redmond's seasoned salt. Okay, I got my trusty dandy thermometer here. I'll grab some of this seasoning and bring it out so I can season up the burgers. There's my dog Sadie. Hey, from Norway. Hey, how you doing there from Norway? Well, let's see. Hi from Westport, Massachusetts. Hey there, Romans. I got some relatives that live in Massachusetts. I don't know exactly where, but I know they live in Massachusetts. There's my cat. This is the only cat that's allowed outside. She's the only one I trust. I'm scared the gray ones aren't going to come back. That's Molly there. Houses in the USA, mostly timber, mostly brick. Well, they vary. The houses up here in Alaska are a little bit different than the houses we had on the East Coast. The houses on the East Coast were built out of a lot of wood. The new construction they build up here in Alaska, I really don't like it. People spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for a really crappy stick structure house with a very complicated roof system. And then when the heavy snow starts messing up the eaves and stuff like that, it makes it a real pain in the butt. And then these people that buy these homes, they just sell them. So it's somebody else's problem. It's not their problem anymore. And that's a problem. So yeah, I like these old trailer homes. I have been more than happy to live in an old trailer home. My family likes them. My other kids that I've had previous years ago, they like living in a trailer home as well because everybody's on the same floor. And they realize that it's not about having the best of everything. You know, we just enjoy life. We enjoy each other's company. We don't need fancy everything. That's kind of the Alaskan lifestyle in the first place. It's just to be happy. some seasoning on these burgers just to get them started. Yeah, these are gonna be good. Oh, that stuff smells so good. If you guys haven't gone out and got Redmond's seasoning, you know, Redmond seasoned salt, definitely get it. You're gonna love it. The way it smells coming off the grill, it's like, holy moly, so good. I'll say it every time I put it on there. But yeah, that smell, just from putting that on there, it just smells so freaking satisfying. It's awesome. Just gonna let that chill out in there. Where'd that plane go? Where'd it go? There's a plane here somewhere. It's already gone. I like to live right in line with one of the local small airports for the small bush planes. So all day long, these planes are just flying over my head and going to the airport. And there he goes, way over there. Now, some days it's just like one plane after the other just comes flying through here. We'll wander in the backyard. These trees back here are starting to grow up a little bit. We're gonna have to chop these down again because this one here used to be our only shade tree, and the trailer park owner came through and cut the whole tree down. It used to be almost as tall as that one behind it right there. And then this other one here, this thing started growing up last year in between my tires. I'm gonna have to cut that out so it gets away from the shed. And the crappy part about this type of tree, I'm not even sure what it is, but it might be a cottonwood or whatever. But when you cut certain types of trees down, they just regrow. So you can like cut the branches off, and if you toss them over the fence, they'll have a whole bunch of trees regrowing behind the fence. So you got to get rid of all the clippings, get it taken away. And I got to fix this roof up here on this shed because that got blown off in a windstorm. Let's see, we just have town foxes in England. Yeah, are bears a big threat in the residential areas in Alaska? Bears are always a threat here. But it's, you know, the black bears aren't too bad. You can pretty much scare them off. They're not super aggressive on purpose. If they do get aggressive, it's because they got a cub with them or something like that, and they feel like they have to protect the cub. And you can stumble upon them like on the bike paths, or sometimes we've had a couple right here in this neighborhood here where they get in the trash, and then once they got done with the trash, they kind of mosey on. But they can be anywhere. So far, I've seen black bear more often than the brown bears. I've seen both types of bears up on upper hillside, black and brown. You know, the grizzlies. But I haven't had a problem with them. I've been, unfortunately, up close and personal with these bears. One time I did step off on a power line at a job site behind some trees, and I was doing my stuff out there, and I look down and I see some fresh scat on the ground. And then I look over the other side and I see a bear sniffing at my foot, wondering what I'm doing. Luckily, I was able to walk away from this bear, and I got back in my truck and I radioed the other guy. And as I was radioing this other truck when he was coming off the hill, that bear ran across the road right in front of us. And he was just like, wow, that's a real big bear. And I was like, yeah, that one was sniffing my foot about a minute ago. Scared the bejesus out of me. Yeah, let's see what else we got going on in here. Yeah, Norway. I hear Norway is a beautiful place. I hear it's a lot like Alaska. What's up, Timmy? I'm making burgers. My son just got home from work. He's been doing construction work since he got up here from Missouri. So far, he's been liking it. I mean, it took him a little while to start liking it because I don't think any of us we don't like doing manual labor. But once you start realizing how much you're going to get paid and how it keeps you in shape and stuff like that, I think he's going to come around and he's going to be a good hand up here. That's what we need more of. We need more young guys up here to come to Alaska that actually want to work, instead of those young guys that want to come up here and sit on mom and dad's couch and just play video games. We got enough of those here as it is. We don't need any more. We're actually having a worker shortage up here. And it's not really talked about. I think it might be going on all over the country. But this younger generation really isn't interested in doing a lot of the trades. They're not interested in plumbing, electricians, um, a lot of the construction work. You got to like twist their arm to get them to go out and work for a few months, and then they don't want to go back, and they just say the heck with it. Let's see. I'm smoking a vape. It's just regular. It's like vanilla flavored. It's only got 3% nicotine. But it keeps me from smoking cigarettes. That's the only reason I use them. It's because I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm tired of cigarettes. Oh. I go to move something around, I wind up knocking down things, knocking stuff over. My meat thermometer hit the ground. All right, those burgers are looking all right. It's gonna take those things a while to cook from frozen. So when I cook frozen burgers on the grill, I just toss them on the grill after heating it up real hot, and then I clean the grill off real nice, and then I put the burgers on there. Then I turn the heat down, down to almost about a quarter. That way when the burgers start coming up to temperature, they're not just scalding, right through the bottom layer of the burger, and they start actually cooking all the way through. And the longer you keep the lid shut, the more it works like an oven and cooks the burgers a little better. Let's see, when they hungry and homeless, they will work. Unfortunately, our society is set up in such a way right now that people can become comfortably homeless. And it's still a struggle. They still got to live outside in the elements. They got to figure that out. But there's a lot of services that are available now compared to years ago, where these homeless people can go get free tents, they can get free sleeping bags, get food in a lot of cases. There's even some medical services that are provided to some of them, especially the ones with mental illness. They can go get medication like once a month at like a walk-through type clinic. And that's where you're going to find a lot of fun people. It's usually standing on the side of Gamble, waiting to hopefully refill their medication, because some of them need it and some of them don't. So I mean, I don't know. I don't judge them as long as they're not causing any problems. It's just how it is. And I got homeless people like living right over there. I mean, yeah, right in the trees over there. There's homeless people that live there. They come through the neighborhood once in a while. Last year was 2 years ago. It was like a freeway in front of my house. It was like they just came and just walked through here. And it's not the most direct route to get to anywhere they would want to go. They just came down our street. They never stole anything. We only had one propane cylinder stolen, and that was because we left it like out in the open, and we flew up to Nome, and we stayed up there for a week or two. That was, if it's not glued down, tied down, or locked up, it might walk off and grow legs. That's just part of living anywhere anymore. Let's see. Beef, what meat? I got hamburgers going on right now on the grill, on my old dirty grill. So I got these cooking up. They're heating up nice and slow. We're going to flip them once the top starts looking a little more bubbly. As soon as the top starts getting a little bit more bubbly, we're going to flip them over, season the other side. Then after a little while, then we're going to check the temperatures on them, make sure they're up to 160, and then get some cheese on them and let the cheese melt and feed the family real soon. I am in wrong country. Maybe you are. What country are you in? Out of deep Suba. Hello from Montana. Shout out my brother, please. Phil. No, I'm not going to say that. I know what you mean there. That's so funny, though. You guys usually get me with stuff like that. That's kind of funny. But, yeah, I'm just waiting on work to pick up. So if I got to do a fit for duty test next, that should be scheduled sometime this week. And then we're going to be starting the new job. And I'm looking forward to it. I need a steady schedule of 40 hours a week. The gentleman I talked to that did the interview with me today, he said in the wintertime, they usually cut back to 40 hours a week. and that's fine. But in the summertime, he tries to keep his guys right around 50 to 60 hours a week, and that's fine as well, especially if it's consecutive every single day. So the place opens at, like, I believe it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I think they shut down at 5. And I could be working, anywhere from 6 to 7, depending on the job, how long it takes to get back. Not a big deal. That's normal. That's what I would expect, with any type of trucking. That's what I'm looking forward to, in fact, is stuff like that. I might give these a flip here. Let's see. I'm going off grid. Bye. We'll see you later, Divineful. Okay, what was your favorite job you ever had? One of my favorite jobs was running up the haul road. That was a really good job. That's just Alaskan, type job. Another job I did before when I was younger was I was working for a company on the East Coast called Irving Oil. They're a pretty big oil company on the East Coast, and I really liked working for them. And I was just running these little tiny propane trucks. And that was a nice job. I like that. I'm just rotating my burgers. Come here, you. Oh, you need to come this way. There we go. I want you to get a little warmer. So the ones in the back don't cook up nearly as fast as the ones in the middle. That's the only reason why I do this. I just rotate them a little bit. So the fire is like all right here, and then these like little things in the middle, I guess it like diffuses the heat up. So I don't know exactly why it's built like this. This is a different type of grill. So if I want to like really charbroil it, I have to set them up on the front right over that rail. And I can get like a finishing sear. This is just some Redmond's real salt, seasoned salt. It's so good. Most of this will fall off anyways. That's okay. That's all I need to do for the seasoning there. Ta-da. Get this thing closed up. All right. But yeah, the favorite job I had, one of them was running a propane truck. The other one was running the Dalton Highway, of all things. And I still can remember the first day that I ran up the Dalton Highway with a buddy of mine. I mean, it scared the pants off us because we didn't know the road. We didn't know where the corners were. There was a lot of fog going up, so you couldn't see like more than 10 feet in front of the truck. And some of these corners are pretty dramatic. And if you make a mistake, you're not just like a little bit going off the road. You could be going a long way off the road. So you had to be careful, especially when when the fog sets in. And then on the way back, it was even worse because then it started snowing on the way back. And these hills are steep. I mean, you're laid back in your seat going up some of these hills. And when you're loaded down, you're lucky to be going 15, 20 mile an hour up the hill with a heavy load. And then when it starts snowing, you just don't know. Especially if at that time, I didn't have a lot of experience on the haul road. So I was worried. I was going to spin out and have to get out and chain up. And that time of year is not a fun time to chain up because everything's wet and muddy and gross. And you're gonna get filthy. You're gonna get your truck filthy. It's gonna take you a while to clean up your truck. Let's see, Alaska, my dream country. I am from India, Mumbai, but my parents are from Darjeeling near Mount Everest. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, India would be a fun place to visit. They got some interesting street food there in India. I mean, I would love to go. But we're tied up here, and our funds are low, just like everybody else in the world, it seems like. Everybody's struggling and having a hard time. So it's just, we hope for better days coming soon. This November is our next presidential election. I don't know if that's going to change anything or make it worse. But we'll just have to wait and find out. Oh, something I found down the road. One of our neighbors put this outside for free. So I went and grabbed it. I don't have any charcoal. But I want to get this thing used and fired up. I got to get it cleaned up. But yeah, either way, it's got a good smoker box. It's not all burnt out. I can put some wood in there, whatever kind. Everything still works. So I got a nice little vent cap up here for when I decide to smoke something in there. I just need to clean it up. And if you guys know anything about grills, that's really not that bad. But it will require a little bit of love and TLC. I might even treat the top of this with a little bit of love and get that a little less rusty, but free, man. Yeah. All right. That's great. Just clean up the grates, throw some wood in there, light it on fire, and let it start smoking some fish. And hopefully the wife will start catching some fish soon. That way we'll have something to smoke. Another project that I wanted to start in the next couple of days was I wanted to start making some dehydrated beef snacks out of hamburger meat. So I'm going to use my Instapot Vortex Plus air fryer. It's got a dehydration feature on it, but it takes 16 hours. It takes 16 hours to do. So I'm going to have to like start it the day before or that night before, and then I'll have to actually come back and check on it. But it's just, you take hamburger meat and you make it really, really thin, you know, almost like beef jerky thin, and a nice thin layer, and lay it on parchment paper and put it in the air fryer on 160. I think the time was 160 for 16 hours. And then or maybe 167 for 16 hours. Either way, I have the information written down. We're going to give it a shot, see how it works in my air fryer, and hopefully that works out great. I'm from Oklahoma. Does anyone care? My son was living down in Oklahoma not long ago. They bounced between Oklahoma and Joplin, Missouri. I also trucked out of Joplin, Missouri for quite some time. I lived down there for about 7 years, and I trucked all over the country from there because it was right smack dab in the middle of the country. So it didn't matter if I was on the East Coast, West Coast, you know, north, south. I was no more than a day and a half away from home if something were to happen at the house. Oh, my cat's getting interested. The cat's like, "Can you save me? Let me out." Oh, there's my fat kitty in the window. Yeah. If I wasn't doing this stream, I'd have her on a harness right now and I'd be walking her. God, stop it. You're making me hungry. How can I be making you hungry? We're not eating cats today. Just kidding. We don't eat cats. I'm Alaskan Native, but we don't eat our cats. Yeah, those look good. Oh, man. Yeah, those are coming up real nice. So these are 80-20 burger patties. That's the fat content that I really like, especially when I'm doing the carnivore diet. And basically all I do is I'll be eating like 2, 3, maybe 4 of those burger patties. I will be putting some cheese on them and a little bit of hot sauce. I ran out of my other sauce, so a little bit of hot sauce is all we're gonna have. There you go. Noisy sucker. All the time. There, bye. They're so loud. So loud, and they're always flying over. I think earlier today, the big jets were out from the military base, the Raptors or whatever those things are. They come up over the home here and they brake and they turn and they just take off, and they're really they rumble the heck out of the place, like your dishes start shaking in the cupboards. I'm hungry, so I got this Jeep over here. It doesn't run, unfortunately. I got to figure out what's wrong with this Jeep. This thing's broke down. I got outside earlier today and I started fiddle farting with it. And then I got this old silver minivan. I'm worried about it breaking down. That's the only one that works right now, is the old minivan. My wife's red Jeep is broken down too. That's why everything's crooked in the driveway. The transmission went out on that. I got a price on a new transmission for the red one. It will drive just enough to get down the street to the shop, but they want to charge me like $4,800 for the transmission. That's just to do a replacement. That's, you know, no messing around. Just pull it in, swap out the tranny. $4,800, and that's as long as nothing else goes wrong with it. So, yeah, I'm trying to make up $4,800. trying to get enough money put together to fix that yellow Jeep of mine. It could be a fuel pump. It could be something as simple as a fuel filter. I don't know. I don't have enough diagnostic equipment to figure it out. I need to check the fuel rail to see what the fuel pressure is on it. Make sure it's up to 30. Hopefully that's all that is. But, and then if it's the fuel pressure shot, then it could be a relay. It could be, you know, the fuel pump is shot. But it's got about 3/4 of a tank of gas in it, so I'm going to have to siphon out all the gas and put it in one of the other vehicles. And it's just all kinds of stuff, just slowing me down from life right now. And the wife's upset because her Jeep's not running. That's the one she uses to go on fishing trips and go on camping trips. Oh man, those burgers look just amazing. We're gonna swap these around. I don't think I'm done on this side, so we're just gonna change their places a little bit. Okay, you scoot, sit there. Let them set up like this for a little bit. Oh, those are still yummy. Can't wait till those are done. I'm hungry. I am hungry. I'm sure my kids are hungry too. Like I said, my son's been doing construction work. He gets home, and I know he's been doing manual labor. Get out of the road. Come here. Hey. My cat. It's out on the road. Tell it to come home. She's way out there. Thankfully, we're not on a busy street. She's stalking mice. That's what she does. So trailer parks, they have a lot of access under the house, little cracks and stuff, and these little shrews and little tiny mice like to get up underneath these things and make a home. That's the reason why we got her. She was the first one we got, and she is an amazing mouser. I mean, she can just be patient and wait and hunt for them. And you know, sometimes when we first got her, she was getting like 3-4 mice in one night. And we had traps set up too in different spots, and she was getting more mice than the traps were getting. So yeah, she was worth the cat food that we give her and all the cat treats. You could smell it from here in Germany. Yeah, it smells pretty good. That seasoning. Oh, Redmond's real salt, seasoned salt. Definitely find it on Amazon. It is so good. It's such an amazing seasoning. You put that on any meat, and it just makes it better. And then you could use that same seasoning to replace, like if you guys eat noodles. I don't eat noodles anymore, but for those people that eat noodles, yeah, definitely get this seasoning and put it on your ramen noodles. You know, because if I was still eating noodles, this is the flavor that I would want in my noodles. My son has used that, and he says it works out pretty good because it's seasoned salt, but it's seasoned salt that smells like ramen noodles. That's the nice part about it. Plus, it's a healthier type of salt. It's not whatever that garbage is they put in the little flavor packets of the ramen noodles, because you don't even know what's in those things. Let's see, Bye, you made me hungry. Got to go cook some food now. That's great. Yeah. Just waiting on these to be done. So it stopped raining. I came out here earlier when I started the stream, and it was raining a little bit. Now it's not raining anymore. I'm kind of okay with that. It's almost time to start checking temperatures. We're getting pretty close to temperature checking time. Ta-da! But we'll be out here even in the wintertime doing this. We do not care. If it's snowing or 20 below, we'll be out here. I think these things still got a while. There's still a lot of red coming out. Like I said, I do have this on a pretty low heat because they started out from frozen. So when you start out from frozen, always start out with a low heat, and then a little bit later, like now, I can actually increase the heat because they're cooked on both sides. And it won't be much longer. Then I can start checking temperatures and seeing where we're at there. Those burgers are good, man. I came back here with a purpose earlier, and I forgot what that purpose was towards the backyard here. I was actually coming back here to see if we could see the mountains from here now, or if the trees were just completely in the way. And now the trees are completely in the way. I came back here about a month ago and I shot a little bit back there so everybody could see the mountains. I got a pretty good view of the mountains from my bed, so I can just lay there and watch TV and look up at the mountains. It's so pretty. But yeah, I would have a hard time living down south in the lower 48 without mountains around. Because you just become accustomed to the scenery. And when the cloud covers too much up here and it covers up the mountains, it's a little bit depressing for a lot of us. Especially during, if we have a really nasty forest fire season up here, all the smoke just comes in and it just canvases the mountains. You can't even see the mountains. And I feel for the tourists that come up here, because when they come up here, they're looking, to see the scenery, to see the mountains. And we've had a few years up here where the mountains were just covered for almost the entire summer. It was miserable. Everybody down here, in the Anchorage Bowl was miserable too, because there was just so much smoke. Not fun. All right, let's see here. Get you guys flipped around again. I'm gonna have to start checking temperatures soon. See if I can find a safe spot to set this down so I can start checking temperatures. See about where we're at. So this is just like a cheap $20 probe thermometer. You can set the temperature here to wherever you want it, and that's where the alarm will go off. So I set it at 160 for burgers. I set it at 165 for chicken and stuff like that. And it does have a little display light, so if you're in the dark, it'll light up. But these probes get really hot when they're inside the grill, so you gotta be careful. See what we got going on there. I think it's a little early. Up to 122, 125. Okay, that's just giving me a pretty good idea. I'll let those rest for a little bit on there. We give them one more flip. That one's definitely getting cooked. All right, we're gonna move you guys around. Come here. I think I'm getting them confused. It's all right. Yeah, that one needs to go back over the other way. I have a system. I just screwed it up, that's all. Alright, we don't need the temperature up that high. These things are cooking just fine. I need to go in the house and get some cheese ready. So that's where we're gonna go. Hi, dog. How are you? Got to figure out how much cheese I need. So I got 8 burgers. Oh, everybody here eats cheese. My daughter's not here. My daughter's the one that doesn't eat cheese. I want Colby Jack. I want Swiss. And my wife wanted pepper jack cheese. I need to get 2 slices for those. Oh, okay, 2 slices of pepper jack. What are you guys doing in there? I want Swiss on mine. Grab a few more slices of that. There we go. Ta-da. Let's see. Come on out. A few slices of Colby Jack. There we go. Put away. No. What? Nothing. Nothing? Okay. Little cinematic shot there. There we go. Okay. So what's going on there? Wesley, Truck Commander, hard to find organic bone broth and tallow. Well, I got some organic tallow over here, I think. I think it's organic tallow. This stuff here. Wagyu beef tallow from South Chicago. I think it's organic. I don't know. I think it was grass-fed or something like that. No artificial ingredients, no preservatives, gluten-free. Of course it's gluten-free. But I'm not sure. Pure raised Wagyu. I don't know, but it's good. This stuff is amazing. This stuff is so amazing. It makes the burgers get this really yummy flavor. Get outside. I got my hands full. Ta-da. So I got this little cool cat carrier. I shove my cat in there, and it's like a backpack. I can put my cat in there, put it on my back, go for a bike ride, go for a hike, whatever. I can bring my cat with me. She seems to enjoy that. She has fun with it. I gotta set the cheese over here. I gotta figure out, okay, I got 8 burgers. So I got 3 of you. I got 2 of you. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1 piece is for me to snack on. Yep. But I do need to find some beef broth because I wanted to make something with hamburger in the crock pot. But I want it to taste delicious. Swiss cheese is so much better than that Colby Jack. Anything yellow, you know, like cheddar cheese. Holy crap. What the heck? You guys are noisy. I don't even recognize what kind of plane that was. Almost sounded like a turboprop. It had that kind of undulating whoosh to it. I'll flip these again. Well, they look amazing. All right. Ta-da! Ta-da! Yeah, that one's definitely done. I'll put some of these up on the top. I don't even think I need to check the temperature on these. These should be pretty good to go. Start scooting these all to the back. This is why I don't like a lot of hot heat on there, because they tend to do this. They tend to get a little charred. Since it's propane, They don't get charred the right way. They don't get charred like you're using the charcoal. Check the temp on these little things. They should be all done because they're all the same size this time around. See what we get. I think the top ones are already ready for cheese. Come on now. Let's hit 160 soon. Oh, you're going to stop right at 140? No way. 143. I'm kind of happy with them right there. It doesn't matter to me. I don't mind if they're a little pink in the middle. And there's my phone. It's going to ring. I'm going to have to check that. Maybe that is calling me here. Yeah, we're pretty darn close right there. I'm not upset with that. We're going to turn that heat way down. Just let these things chill out. I got to check my message here and see who is calling me. Might have to die out here. Missed call, Denali Steve. All right, I'm going to have to bail on you guys, unfortunately. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on here, guys. As I'm just trying to figure out my work situation and what's going on. I'm guessing Steve's calling because he's got work tomorrow. I got to get this work fit test scheduled for this week. So hopefully everything doesn't overlap. That's been the problem I've been having with employment. It's like one guy's truck's broke, the other guy's got a truck, but then we work for a little bit, then there's no work. And then the other outfit just messed me over altogether. So that first outfit of the year didn't work at all. They were trying to overwork us, and he wasn't wanting to pay me what he said he was going to pay me, so that didn't work. Now I'm going to this other outfit, and hopefully that's gonna work out, and it's gonna pay out, for the rest of the year, and I can just stay with one outfit because I don't like this seasonal stuff where I have to go from one job to the next job to the next job. It just makes life a freaking headache for me. It's not fun. But again, guys, I want to thank everybody that joined me here while we were messing around on the barbecue. I'm gonna cut the stream. I got to call Steve back, see what he wanted. But okay, guys, I want everybody to take care. We'll see you next time. Big John waving bye from Alaska.